All right, here we go again, man. Welcome back to the Black Alpha from Brother Kush. Look, today I want to talk about something that's serious. Now, you know I don't like gossiping, right? So I like to use real people as teachable moments or teachable platforms, right? So we're going to talk about Tank Davis' relationship with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, if you don't know, Tank Davis recently fought this weekend. He fought Ryan Garcia, which was De La Hoya's new protege. And it turned out badly for Ryan Garcia. Tank stopped him in the 7th round with a body shot after dropping him in the 2nd round with a counter left hand to the face. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because for a long time, there's been rumors that Tank and Floyd had parted ways. And the fact that they even started arguing before they officially parted ways was the topic of a lot of black YouTube channels content. I mean, they did video at the video talking about it. And not saying how Tank should listen to the mentor. Their take on it was Tank should get away from Floyd Mayweather. Their take on it was that Floyd was jealous of Tank. I mean, you talk about strange conclusions. I mean, you talk about like one of the greatest pure boxers to ever do the game. Being jealous of somebody else is just insane. Tank is nowhere near Floyd. Tank could fight for 1,000 years and not catch up with Floyd. And let's talk about all these things, man, because I really want to get into the relationship of an older man, black man, and a younger black man, and why we should support these relationships a little bit better as black men. Now, before I get into that, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to receive notification when I drop more videos. Listen, if you don't hit the bell icon, YouTube will not let you know when I drop a video, so you have to come back to the channel and physically look at it. I don't trigger the algorithm. I don't know why. I don't care why. It is what it is. No need crying about it. But y'all got to help me out by coming, checking on the channel yourself to see if I dropped a new video. If you want to support the channel financially, you know what I'm saying, be greatly appreciated. You can throw me $5. You got Venmo at theblackalpha.com. You got cashapp at theblackalpha.com. You have PayPal at realblackalpha@gmail.com. So hit me up on those. Let's get right into it. Tank and Floyd. Tank and Floyd. Why is the relationship between young black male and older black male so important? Because it's how the young black male avoid mistakes. It's how the young black male receives the wisdom of experiences that he don't have to go through. Because experience, they always say experience is the best teacher. But what they don't tell you is that you have to survive experience. You have to come out on the other side of experience intact, mentally, physically. You got to come out intact. Experience can be very detrimental to the one that's experiencing it. And it can oftentimes be fatal. So, though experience is an excellent teacher, it is not the way you really want to learn. You want to be mentored in life, if possible. If possible. Now, you know, you've heard me say how I hit the streets at 11 years old. I was given a job, given a gun that damn big, you know, at least it looked that big when I was 11, given a big old gun with a long ass clip and told to stand in a certain spot and watch this dude's back. Anything looked shady, he wanted me to bust first and ask questions later, right? That was my first so-called job, street job. But what I didn't say is that I didn't just walk out there as an 11-year-old, hey man, I'm Kush, you know what I'm saying? I'm badass, you know, give me this, you know, it wasn't like that. I was mentored. I was hanging with a dude that was already established part of that world. He took me under his wing, introduced me to all of the players. So I met these dudes young through my mentor. I was able to connect with these dudes, and these dudes got to watch my character and watch me grow up, all because I was mentored. It's the same thing in normal life, people. It's no different. It's no different. You know, years ago, I stopped listening to all these black YouTube channels, black boxing YouTube channels, because of the amount of self-hatred. They claim to have created themselves, right? Because they wanted to do something about the false narrative that the mainstream media would paint in regards to who's the best fighters and everything. They're extremely racist, right? They will have you believing that these white boys are the best fighters in the world, and they're not. Anybody but a black man. But the truth is, the best boxers are not, best boxers are still black. That's the truth of the matter is. The most popular boxers are black. But if you look at mainstream media, they will have you believing otherwise. The black YouTube channels created themselves to black YouTube boxing channels to counter the narrative of the racist mainstream media. That was laudable, right? You can understand that. But for some strange reason, they all had a problem with Floyd. I never understood it. Hated Floyd. Didn't like him when he was boxing. Only supported him as a boxer because they understood how the whole world wanted to see him fail because he was black. But outside of supporting him as a boxer, they hated him, and they don't even know the man personally. They'll tell you the dude is a piece of shit and don't know him personally. Tell you Floyd ain't shit, Floyd ain't this, Floyd ain't that. They don't know Floyd. I mean, it's the strangest damn thing, bro. They don't even know this dude. What are they talking about? They don't know him well enough to make these comments on him. But they do it anyway. And when Tank started having this rift with Floyd, they loved it. Tank should get away from Floyd. Tank should do this. Floyd is holding them back. But let me tell you what these dudes don't understand about mentors. Like Floyd. Floyd learned everything he learned about the game and business of boxing the hard way. He understands what it's like for the whole world to want to see you fail. Who better to be in your corner than him? This is why Errol Spence is mentally tough. Errol Spence went over about Floyd for a while. Devin Haney grew up in Floyd's gym. Oh, Devin Haney is the youngest self-promoter in the history of boxing because he learned from Floyd. Of course, he was able to do things a bit faster because he was given the game by the man that had to learn it the hard way. This is what a mentor does. This is what a mentor does. He gives you the game so you don't have to learn it the hard way. But you gotta listen. You have to listen. But I'm talking about this because, in case you don't know, it's evident that Floyd and Tank still have a good relationship. They just clash. Don't brothers fight? I mean, Tank is a grown man. But as you can see on the thumbnail, let me take my head off it. Because one picture is before. One picture is before. The smaller picture, that's before they separated. The last picture over there with Floyd with the hat on, that was the other night. After all this hoopla about how Tank then finally cut Floyd off, he's going to go his own way. Now he's going to blow up to be a big star. Floyd was right there in the ring with him still, like always. And just like always, Tank was listening to Floyd more than his cornermen. Floyd was outside the ring talking to him, and you see Tank looking down to hear what Floyd's saying. And after Tank got up to fight, Floyd would walk to the other corner, and you could see Tank watching Floyd as he walked to the other corner. At one point in the fight, while Tank was engaged with Ryan Garcia, you could hear Floyd screaming something to him, and you can see Tank yell back and respond to him. That is the relationship of a respected pupil. He respects his mentor. You Negroes wanted to see that relationship torn down. And my question as a black man is why? Why? We need to mentor our young men. I'm trying to help my brothers now, but I got to fight through all this hate, this self-hatred that dresses itself up as positivity, that dresses itself up as manosphere, that dresses itself up as red pill, that dresses itself up as MGTOW and IPMOR. These are self-hatreds. I am here trying to give you what I've learned from personal experience, and I get attacked. I get accused of bragging. oh, you talking about yourself. I'm trying to share what I learned from actually walking the walk so that you don't have to make the mistakes that I made in my life. That's what I'm doing. This relationship between the OG, the elder, the mentor, and the young men is sacred. And as black men, we should have a little more respect for that. We should want to see that. As an older black men, we should understand why it's important. Let me tell you what Tank don't know. Tank don't know the business of boxing. He has no idea of the protection that just being associated with Floyd Mayweather provides to him. Maybe he does because he still deals with him. Maybe he does understand what they do for him. That's protection, bruh. That's like dealing with the damn godfather of boxing. And not just that, he got Al Heyman in his corner, who is a real godfather. I'm not going to get into Al Heyman's history. They are protecting Tank from being used by the opposition. Because if not for Floyd, Tank would have been lost because they'd have put him in a compromised situation and taken advantage of him. Floyd got him to understand don't be thirsty for belts. But still, he moved him in a way where now when they introduced him, they could call him a 3-divisional champion. That was just all accolades. That's just talking stuff. But they were building him to be a star, which he is right now because of them. He don't get taken advantage of because of them. Devin Haney, he's been taken advantage of. He just gave Kambosos all kinds of stuff just so he can get belts. Tank like, nah, Kambosos, we can fight, but I don't want them belts because he wasn't going to let Kambosos negotiate $10 million for a bum fighter. He get 2 $10 million paydays off of Devin Haney while Devin Haney get 3. Just because Devin Haney wants the belts. You a sucker, dude. Tank wasn't going to let them do him like that. Dictate terms to him. Make him jump through hoops for a damn belt. He was taught right. He was well schooled and he's still being guided and protected by the genius of Floyd Mayweather Jr. And you would think all of these black YouTube boxing channels that claim to be pro-black, you would think that they will look at that relationship and be like, yeah, Tank should listen to Floyd. Yeah, Tank should calm down, man. And, just listen to Floyd. He can go and do his own thing. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Tank wanting to break off and do his own promotional company. Nothing is wrong with that. But he still should understand that Floyd is the reason why he's able to do what he do. He would have been put in a compromised situation if not for Floyd. He would have been had an L if not for Floyd. He would have made none of that money that he's been making over the last few years if not for Floyd. And you would think that the so-called pro-blacks in boxing YouTube would understand and respect that relationship. They don't. That's why I have on there, black men, we have a problem. When we can't understand and respect the relationship of the mentor and the pupil, or the mentor and the protege, we are lost. Because how can you know lest you be taught? Oh, now I'm about to get into supreme wisdom for y'all. These are the words of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught to him by Master Fard Muhammad. How can one know unless they be taught? How can one be taught unless they have a teacher? And how can you have a teacher unless one is raised up and sent to you? Raised up meaning taught or learned from experience and sent to you. You cannot know unless you either go the hard way or you are taught. That's the only 2 ways to learn. And one of those ways I would advise you not to take. As cute as the mantra, experience is the best teacher, as cute as that is, no, it's not. Look at what experience got me. I've been shot twice, stabbed once, almost shot more times than I can count. Put in a penitentiary. I done laid on cell floors and concrete blocks all over the country. Do you really want these experiences? Or would you like to know how to maneuver in life where you can maintain your alpha edge and still know how to avoid confrontations? That's the wisdom I can give a young man. That's the understanding I can give a young man. This whole thing about women, you'll never learn how to get women from dudes that don't get women. You'll never know what it's like to be married listening to these clowns. And I'm telling you, marriage is a beautiful thing, bro. It is a beautiful thing. They weren't about getting divorced, man. If you married a white woman, divorce you don't have to worry about. There is a science to this thing, man. And I'm telling you, marriage is beautiful. We don't have as many friends as we used to have. Men don't have the kind of camaraderie that we used to have. Once you grow to a certain point, a lot of us are no longer around our childhood friends, which are our only real friends. Everybody else you meet is sort of an associate. They can become a friend as time go on. But friendship builds over time. And we don't have these kind of relationships no more. And now we don't even have companionship by way of a woman. This is not how you want to live. And if you allow yourself to be mentored by a man that understands, I can guide you down the right path. But if you keep listening to these clowns, these self-hating Negroes that wrap their self-hatred up in positivity for black people and all this stuff, you're going to be lost. Floyd Mayweather never held back Tank's career. Tank is where he is because of Floyd. The reason why the manosphere is imploding right now is because it's led by Charlie males, sub-beta males that have no place leading or teaching men to be men in no regards. No way, no shape, no form. They don't understand manhood themselves well enough to be trying to teach manhood. They don't understand women well enough to be trying to teach men about women. This is why it's imploding. This is why it will fail. Y'all need to listen to a real mentor. Somebody who understands this walk because they walked it themselves or they were taught how to avoid certain pitfalls. I got a little bit of both. Because I grew up in a black community and the old heads always talked to us, always schooled us. In fact, I'm going to leave you one of the first lessons I learned about women. It's real talk. Two things stuck with me in my head. First thing an old man told me, young man, don't ever let a woman make you believe that her having sex with you is a favor. Women like getting fucked just as much as you like fucking them. In fact, that dick will drive their asses crazy. You don't never let them hold pussy over your head because they want you to slide up in that pussy as bad as you want to slide up in it. So kill that. You don't have to jump through hoops for it. You don't have to simp out for it. You don't have to turn yourself into a clown for it. None of that. They want you as much as you want them. Second thing I was taught. One time an old man was trying to school me on hustling, right? He was talking to me about, this was dealing with drugs. He was trying to school me on the game, right? Certain aspects of the game. And I wasn't paying attention because some little girls came around the corner. I was probably about 13 at the time. Some little fine little girls come around the corner walking, you know what I'm saying? I'm eyeballing the girls, you know what I'm saying? And he said, look, Kush, you want to learn how to get this paper or you want to go mess with them girls? I said, I'm trying to learn what you're trying to teach me. He said, well, leave these fucking hoes alone. Pay attention. And ever since then, it triggered something in my mind where I put things in proper priority. You know what I'm saying? Now, as I got older, I came to realize that what he was talking about when he say leave them hoes alone specifically is any woman outside of your circle. Your wife is not one of them. Your wife is a part of you, or your girlfriend, so to speak. She's a part of you because as you go, she goes, right? But the girls outside of that, they are nothing more than a distraction. And don't let them distract you. But by all means, find your woman as a companion. Learn to respect the relationship between elder and young man. It is a relationship that we kill. It's what the father and son relationship supposed to be. I am here replacing the kind of talks that a lot of y'all should have had with y'all dad. That's my job. Maybe some of y'all had y'all dad in your life, but he was a square. He was too busy trying to keep y'all away from certain things. So now y'all got to hear these things from a stranger. It doesn't matter. I am still an elder. I can still mentor you because I walk this walk for real. Nothing I tell you is a lie. Not a thing. Now, before I go, let me say this. I apologize to everybody who thought I was going to be gossiping about Floyd. You may have clicked the video on looking for me to gossip about Floyd. I don't gossip, man. I just don't do that. I don't know why that dude think he hear nothing but me gossip. Cause I don't know what the fuck wrong with that dude, that Henry dude. I don't gossip, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try to gain understanding of people and how they move. It's not my job to tell a man how to move. I just try to figure out, if I'm concerned, because a lot of times I don't even care. But if I'm curious, I just try to gain understanding of what it is that I'm seeing. That's how I move. And that's how I will always move. On that note, I'm going to be done with it, man. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, Brother Kush, a.k.a. the Black Alpha. Salam.